West Denver. Sleep deprived and heavily caffeinated.
All right, let's do this then.
This is the Jeff and Bill Show.
I don't agree with that.
They don't always agree, but hey, at least they have coffee.
Coffee.
And each other.
I love you, man.
God help us.
I want to bless him. We need all the help we can get.
Now here's Jeff Hunt and Bill Thorpe. The Jeff and Bill Show on News Talk 710 KNUS.
It is 7 a.m. in the Mile High City on this Friday, October 24th, 2025. Good morning, Denver, Colorado. You've tuned into the Jeff and Bill Show, News Talk 710 KNUS. I'm your co-host, Jeff Hunt, along with Bill Thorpe, bringing you the freshest insights, hottest takes from the right, left, and center. We'll get into the details on this Chauncy Billups face card, high-stake, Mafia-backed poker scam, because we jumped right into complaining about gambling and the impact it's having on our society and why this is so stupid. But I want to give you the details on that. We'll get to that and more right after news and comment with Blake Olson.
Blake Olson,
news and comment.
Good morning, TGIF. 44 and mostly cloudy, expecting a high of 63 today. News sponsored by Pastor Camp Heating and Air Conditioning at 303-777-1234 to learn more about special savings opportunities on Lennox equipment. Our top story.
How many times, for one incident after another, have I said Trump is coming?
Never. But Dion has said, we coming. I digress.
You gotta imagine what it's like to wake up Trump. And he just wakes up and is like, Stephen A. Smith thinks you're the one pushing this against Chauncy Billups.
Yeah, exactly. It started like 2.5 years ago. It's funny because I saw videos about this 2 years ago from a few players, and I totally forgot about it. I mean, it's just, typical stuff. A lot of money, a lot of gambling, a lot of stuff happening, and they're putting it on the internet. Yeah, so this started a couple of years ago. Denver's King of the Hill, Park Hill, Chauncy Billups, GWCU Nuggets, world champion with the Pistons, head coach of the Blazers, arrested by the FBI for teaming up with the Mafia to rip off rich guys who wanted to play poker with Mr. Big Shot in Vegas. Ball don't lie, but would Chauncy be lying if he said that he didn't know the Mafia was involved? Possibly. Stay tuned. Brother Jeff says his old neighborhood will still be behind him.
Jeff Farr, the founder of Brother Jeff's Cultural Center, says public opinion and the media could sway people into presuming guilt before innocence.
This is the time to let the system play itself out, and we should wait.
Farr says he hasn't reached out to Billups, but says Chauncy should know Park Hill is ready to stand with him.
Chauncy should be afforded every opportunity to be viewed in light of everything that he's already accomplished, the integrity that he has always shown.
And Farr says this challenge to one of their own will show how tight-knit the Park Hill community in Denver is. I'm Rob Dawson.
And injury information about LeBron was leaked to bettors. Terry Rozier, who plays for the Heat, and former player and coach Damon Jones are accused of using inside information to make wagers on games. Speaking of hoops, the Nuggets tipped off the new season last night at Golden State.
Gordon, he's been hot all night. Got another one. 10 3-pointer for Gordon. Denver takes the lead.
But the Warriors beat the Nuggets 137-131, assuming the game wasn't fixed. Aaron Gordon, 50 points, 10 threes. 7 fewer than Stephen A. Smith had in his alleged college tryout. And 8 rebounds in the loss. 47 leaving D.C. today for a multi-day trip to Asia. The trip includes a high-stakes meeting in South Korea with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Ding! China and the U.S. have been involved in a trade standoff, of course. DJT says he's canceling all trade negotiations with Canada after an ad that used former President Reagan's warnings about long-term risks of tariffs. 47 said that tariffs are very important to the national security and economy of the U.S., accusing Canada of using the ad to interfere with a pending Supreme Court case regarding Trump's authority to impose sweeping tariffs. Drug boats in the Caribbean will continue to be targets.
Mr. President, if you are declaring war against these cartels and Congress is likely to approve of that process, why not just ask for a declaration of war?
Well, I don't think we're going to necessarily ask for a declaration of war. I think we're just going to kill people that are bringing drugs into our country. Okay? We're going to kill them. You know, they're going to be like dead. Okay? Yeah.
Nip it.
I didn't heard that.
You hadn't heard that one?
I love this guy. I mean, Obama drops 26,000 bombs on people in his term. But you got to, technically, you need to get the declaration. Nah, we're going to kill the people bringing drugs into our country. God, love that.
Isn't that beautiful? That was just, that one, I almost drove off the road and hit Barney on that one.
Can you play that again?
Yes, I will. Gladly. Here we go.
Mr. President, if you are declaring war against these cartels and Congress is likely to approve of that process, why not just ask for a declaration of war?
Well, I don't think we're going to necessarily ask for a declaration of war. I think we're just going to kill people that are bringing drugs into our country. Okay? We're going to kill them. You know, they're going to be like dead. Okay?
I would make that a ringtone.
Yes.
Oh, if you guys
that
look,
would be a good one.
I hate. You guys know this. I hate so much what the cartels are doing. I lost my best friend to a drug overdose.
Yeah.
It is so core to me that we take on these cartels, and to have a president that's just like lighten them up. I was like, God. I remember talking to the DEA guys, and I was like, what is it like right now? And he's like, we have been unleashed in a way that has never happened in American history.
That is amazing.
Oh,
absolutely amazing. Yeah, that feels good. I agree with you. The president has a good friend who's going to pay the military during this Schumer shutdown. He wrote a $130 million check. Amen. 47 opening Alaska's Arctic National Wildlife Refuge to oil and gas drilling. The 1.5 million acre refuge is believed to hold billions of barrels of oil. That is good news. I love hearing that. The Hurricanes over the Avalanche last night in Lodo, 5-4 the final. We've got baseball tonight. The World Series begins this evening. Dodgers at the Blue Jays. The border war, college football tomorrow, CSU, they have an interim head coach right now, and they take on Wyoming tomorrow night in Laramie. CU at Utah and UC Davis at UNC with the Big Sky contest. Broncos 5-2 play host to the 3-3 Cowboys on Sunday. It's 41 in Englewood, 42 in Arvada, 44 in Denver. Jeff and Billy continue. Blake Olson.
Blake Olson is the guy, John Wayne. Remember that line John Wayne used to say, I'm not going to hit you, mister. The hell I'm not going to hit. And then he pops the guy. That's Blake Olson.
I won't. The hell I will never.
Oh, man, I love that scene.
That
Thank you,
is
Barney.
awesome. Oh, this is such a good show.
That's amazing.
Oh, it's awesome. News Talk 710 KNUS.
Clouds will be on the increase today as we have a small low-pressure system that's coming off the west coast. It'll move right across Colorado. It won't do much, but it will bring clouds. And a few showers possible to the area today through early tonight. Highs mid to upper 60s, lows tonight in the 40s. Might have a few lingering showers Friday morning, then partly cloudy by afternoon. Mild, low to mid 60s. Pleasant, mostly sunny. Highs upper 60s to near 70 Saturday. Increasing clouds Sunday. Trending colder, maybe some showers Sunday night into early Monday. Meteorologist Don Day in the 710 KNUS Weather Center.
All right. I actually want to get into the details of what Chauncy Billups is accused of because it's a wild story in itself, but we just went sports gambling and then started debating how stupid that whole thing is. So here's the headline from the Denver Post. Feds allege Chauncy Billups was face card in high-stakes Mafia-backed poker scam. Portland Trailblazer head coach Chauncy Billups, Denver native and former basketball star at the University of Colorado, and with the Denver Nuggets, allegedly participated in a years-long scheme to rig Mafia-led poker games through sophisticated technological means, scamming wealthy players out of millions of dollars, according to a sweeping federal indictment that was unsealed on Tuesday. Billups was arrested unsealed yesterday, Thursday. Billups was arrested Thursday in Oregon and faces federal charges of wire fraud, conspiracy, and money laundering conspiracy. The NBA said he was placed on immediate leave. The 49-year-old coach appeared in court later in the day, and attorneys from both sides told the judge that they had agreed on Billups' release from custody on the condition he secure a substantial bond. Though the amount wasn't discussed in court, he is also prohibited from gambling-related activity. Billups' attorney released a statement to ESPN on Thursday denying the allegations. To believe that Chauncy Billups did what the federal government is accusing him of is to believe that he would risk his Hall of Fame legacy, his reputation, and his freedom. He would not jeopardize those things for anything, let alone a card game. Furthermore, Chauncy Billups has never and would never gamble on basketball games, provide insider information, or sacrifice the trust of his team and the league, as it would tarnish the game he has devoted his life to. The arrest came as part of a massive federal investigation into illegal high-stakes poker games with ties to organized crime families. A second unrelated criminal case involved professional basketball players and coaches allegedly using insider information to set up fraudulent bets for their associates. 22-page indictment, Eastern District, New York, alleges that the poker games began as early as 2019 and spanned New York State, Las Vegas, and Miami. Victims of the scheme thought they were playing in, quote, straight, unquote, illegal poker games, according to the indictment. Do you want to explain what a straight illegal poker game is?
It basically means no funny business. I mean, already you're walking into, and that's the issue, is that you're already walking into an illegal activity. So you're saying, ooh, I'm going to come into this illegal activity, and then I'm going to assume that everybody here is being honest with me. I don't know. Maybe it's a bad assumption. Just saying. Just, when you walk in.
Right. Part of this is going to be that the victims ain't little innocent grandmas on the bus.
No. And here's the other part is, imagine that your buddy was mixing his own illegal liquor and selling it in the basement of the house next door. And you go over there and like, I'm partially blind. Really? You're surprised the illegal liquor partially blinded you? I'm shocked. Notice my shocked face. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Oh, you're saying the illegal gambling ring was fixed. What would have given you the hint? I don't know. What could it be?
Oh, I have the best image in my mind right now.
Oh, good.
In reality, the Denver Post
walking
says...
the walls. Can't see.
In reality, a group of people referred to as the cheating team worked together to scam these poker players out of more than $7 million, investigators said. They used a variety of high-tech methods to rig the games, federal authorities allege. Wireless technologies to read the cards dealt in each hand, rigged shuffling machines, electronic poker chip trays that could secretly read cards placed on the table, card analyzers that could serendipitously detect which cards were on the table, playing cards that had markers visible only to people wearing specially designed contact lenses or glasses.
Oof. That's like that thing that you get
Whoa.
sometimes in like the Cracker Jack boxes or stuff where you'd see the secret code. You'd have like a red piece of film or something you'd put over like this old
right.
QR code.
Good
and all of a sudden
example.
you see it. That's what it is. That's what they were doing. They were hiding the symbols inside of the design on the back of the card and then giving you a contact that then would filter out that particular light. Yeah, so you could see it. This is crazy. The elaborate scheme they went into. And again, they're like, oh, you mean the people doing the illegal gambling with me were not being honest? No. Again, illegal gambling game. Should have told you a little bit about this.
Jason Endeavor's just on fire tonight.
Well, that's great.
A straight illegal poker game is similar to a hooker without an STD.
That is wonderful. That is true. That's absolutely true. An honest loan shark. Exactly. Same thing.
Could you, I guess this is what the mob does. It's just amazing to me that people are like, you know what I do, honey? I come up with ways to cheat at poker. Like there's a technological element to this that's just kind of amazing to me. That somewhere somebody's building contact lenses that allow you to see marked cards.
Oh, what I'm figuring out is the idea of the X-ray table.
Yes.
The idea that there's a table that somehow has the ability that, one, where do you put the device? Obviously in the middle of the table, but how big is that stand in the middle of the table, etc.? Because you're not going to be, if the tabletop is too thick, you're going to have some questions. So a thinner tabletop, it's got to be in the stand where the feet are. But that you've got technology laid into the top of the table so it can see through the top into what the cards are. That is nuts. Also, if we have the ability to do that, someone needs to explain to all of the women why that mammogram is still so damn painful. Why can't they just put it on the table and we can see everything? I just want to know. Well, inquiring minds want to know. Just saying.
Yeah, and the fact that you'd want to sell this to people, like you'd build this tech and want to, like, you're not getting in bed with good people if you're selling them poker tables that are transparent.
Yeah, they could see cards.
What?
Like, what are you doing? I know. This is an elaborate scheme. Yeah, continue.
All right, so Billups, investigators allege, was known as the face card. He and other former professional athletes were used to attract victims to the poker games. In exchange, they received portions of the criminal proceeds, authorities said. The indictment spells out one game in April 2019 in Las Vegas when the group defrauded poker players of at least $50,000. Billups, along with four others, quote, organized and participated in these rigged games using a rigged shuffling machine, unquote, according to the indictment. Here's what they're going to have to prove from my perspective is if these celebrities are invited to celebrity everything, I mean, celebrity golf tournaments, celebrity poker here, celebrity basketball tournaments, I mean, they probably get 10 of these a day that they're invited to go be a part of. They're going to have to prove that Chauncy Billups knew that it was rigged, that it was a scam, and that he was aware of it and participating in it. Just because he showed up to these things, even if it wasn't a legit gambling operation, whatever, how is he supposed to know that? He shows up, he plays poker, he wins. Okay. Does he want to do it again? Sure. He got to play with rich, wealthy business guys. He made money. You're going to have to prove, and I imagine that if the FBI brought indictments, they have some of this evidence.
Yeah.
But they're going to have to prove that he knew about it. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. For me, the idea is, one, when he decides to be again, I love the term face card in this. The idea of the face card, he's the bait to bring in these guys into an illegal gambling ring. The people around him, his people, using that in air quotes, should have had some questions. Whoever the person is that is involved in negotiating this deal, when it is an illegal gambling operation and you're the person that is this featured celebrity, it's different than going to a celebrity golf tournament because that's legit. This is an underground illegal operation. So I think there's another layer of suspicion that is obviously placed on Chauncy and anybody else involved because you're agreeing to be involved in illegal activity. The other one is, I got questions about how the payment was made. Did he derive a percentage of the house winnings? If he does, now we've got something really bad because that incentivizes him to lose. So if he's making money on whether or not the house, if they cut and say, hey, over the course of tonight, if the house wins this, we're going to give you 15%, 20%, whatever it is. Now you've got something else. There is also something that I just ran across in our break that I hadn't seen yesterday that ESPN is reporting that's deeper in it that is possibly associated with Chauncy. And it has to do with an allegation by the FBI that someone on the Trailblazers let people know in the mob that certain people weren't going to play.
Yeah, that they were injured. Yep.
And the description lines up with Chauncey's career. When they say this unnamed person did X, Y, and Z, again, we don't know for certain, but it lines up. So it might be a little bit more than him doing the illegal gambling. And what I'm worried about is that he's involved in the illegal gambling, and maybe he was at a game and it went wrong. Whatever it is, the fix didn't actually turn out the profit they wanted. So they came to him and said, listen, you got to make us this money back. You lost us an extra 60 grand here. You lost us an extra 150. You got to make this back, my man. Otherwise, tell me which one of your fingers is your favorite, because that's the last one I'm going to cut off, kind of a thing. So that's what I'm wondering was this a payout that he had to do or felt he had to do because of something that went wrong in one of these other activities? Because you lose money for the mob, they don't forget that lightly. Yeah.
Text messages on this, 5309. Chauncy Billups always has been a problem. He got busted for shoplifting at the CU bookstore.
I remember that.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And again, the idea of, young, stupid, but at the time, for me, it was an impression of a young student athlete who had been given a lot of privilege, thinking that in this case, those rules don't belong to him. That because I am Chauncy Billups and because of who I am at CU, the bookstore should be okay just giving this to me. Because over the course of his life, how many other things have just been given to him? How many free pairs of shoes? How many free sets of workout gear? How many free this has been given to him? So I can see that he had been taught or felt, well, I'm making all this money for the school. I'm the marquee person. I should be able to just get this for free. He was stealing books out of there, and I forget what else he stole. But yeah, it was shoplifting.
I mean, this is kind of where I land on this. 2983. So legal casinos can hire influencers to gamble. They give them like $100,000 to gamble, and they can keep their winnings, but must gamble the entire $100,000, and they have to make videos to promote it. Like I just, and the victim here is guys that knew they were doing shady stuff to begin with. I'm just, and the FBI and bringing out all those big guns. I'm just kind of like, well, okay. Well, I feel like there's real innocent people out there that I want to chase down the criminals harming them, drug dealers being one of them. But this one, the whole act of gambling, I'm not a fan of. People did this. They knew what they were getting into, and they got scammed. I'm sorry. But it seems like a lot. Where I would absolutely understand the frustration is throwing games, the kind of sports side of it more.
That's where I'm going. That's the part that annoys me. Like you, I am concerned but less concerned about Chauncy versus other individuals and other allegations. And what's weird is they seem to fit in two different silos, that there is this illegal gambling operation and there's a whole bunch of people involved there. And somewhere along the line, there also seems to be a thread that led to this potential of players and possibly coaches or other people fixing games or at least just giving information. The idea that, hey, there was an allegation that one of LeBron's teammates had let his contacts in the betting world know that LeBron's dealing with an injury. That wasn't public yet, so they were able to lay down money at better odds about what his performance was going to be, and they're betting the under on that one. And that concerns me a heck of a lot more than anyone being involved in the illegal gambling. They're both illegal, but the idea of manipulation or inside information that can help someone bet on a professional sports activity really worries me.
I agree that, the whole process is bad, but I don't know if you're like me. We can't afford to go to a lot of games, right?
Yeah, me either. No way.
And so imagine you take your son,
Yep.
right? You get one, like us. We probably do one basketball game a year.
Yep. It's about us too. Yeah.
So we're gonna show up, and my boys, they love the Nuggets, right? And this is a special night.
Yep.
Right. We do this one time a year. We're
it's
gonna
like sports
go,
Christmas. It's the one time you're gonna go.
Yeah. And the kids are excited to see their heroes do their very best to try to win one for the home team. And they throw the game. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah. And they're like, because I need to make extra money.
Right.
On top of the giant money I'm already making. That's the part that really bothers me internally, is that you are getting a paycheck that is far beyond what anybody else in America will likely ever achieve in their entire employment career. You are amassing wealth on a scale most individuals cannot imagine. And in order to get more, you have to do something illegal? What? I have a little bit of empathy and understanding for the person that is down near the bottom of the socioeconomic ladder, looking at and thinking that their only option is to do something illegal. When you're on the top of the socioeconomic ladder, I got a real question about who you are and where your moral compass is. If you figure that the way I need to make more of the monies is to do something illegal, whatever that is. I got some serious questions about who you are as a person.
Text message coming in from the best 4-digit phone number ever out there.
Yeah.
1776.
Oh, that's awesome.
1776.
That's fantastic.
I think the indictment of the NFL referees is coming soon, too.
Oh. I've been curious about some of that. I've been somewhat curious only because there are times in which they seem awfully stupid. And that's the part. I just am like, really? That's what we're doing? I understand that being a ref is hard because and the problem is the pipeline, that most of the people that are in there get weeded out through peewee, high school, and even through college, in part because some of the abuse and hours, and it's hard. And I know some sports leagues around town that have gone over and over again to parents and going, stop yelling at the refs. They don't want to show up on the weekend.
You literally can't find anybody else at this point.
Yeah, stop yelling at them.
One guy we did, you yelled at him.
You yelled at him, and now are you happy? And so I think the pipeline is being constrained that way. But eventually, when you get up to that level, there are times in which you're like, what is going on here? And NBA refereeing has been atrocious for well over 15, 20 years. Has been absolutely abysmal. And again, I watch professional soccer, and some of our referees are half blind, just ridiculously stupid. And so I see that, and then I see some really good ones. But I've got some questions sometimes about what's going on in the NFL, and we talked a little bit about, in the last hour, about Reggie Rivers talking about Fourth and Fixed, and it's a book that he wrote about could the mob go ahead and fix the game, and that's it. They find those players that they can influence during the course of a season, eventually on the Super Bowl, to say we can predict certain little outcomes inside of the game to know that we can make money. It's a really interesting read from a guy that was on the inside, looking at if I was going to do it, how would I do it?
Out.
Yeah,
that's fascinating. Cool. So this story gets even crazier. Okay, this is from the Denver Post. Authorities say the games operated with the express permission and approval of members of certain organized crime families of La Cosa Nostra.
Wow.
That's the Italian mob.
Yeah. And the thing is, get involved with them, you're like, ooh, okay. Yeah.
Then it starts to get into actually Goodfellas territory, okay? These individuals with nicknames like Spanish G, Flapper Poker, Sugar, and my favorite, Albanian Bruce, provided support and protection for the games, collected debts in exchange for a portion of the illegal proceeds. The organized crime families used threats of force and violence to secure payment of debts from these poker games, according to the indictment. All told, the poker scheme defrauded participants of at least $7.15 million.
Wow. Jeez. That's just crazy.
Albanian Bruce.
Oh, yeah,
Do they
Albanian
have a
Bruce.
picture?
Yeah, I know. And if he doesn't have a little hat, I'm going to be disappointed. I'm just saying that. I don't know. And the weird part is inside of these illegal gambling and the poker. I understand the idea of trying to get to no limits and some other stuff, but the casinos are also set up for you to lose, but if you walk in there with enough money, and I'm assuming these are the kind of people that have enough money to get involved in the illegal gambling schemes, they'll let you do certain things. We were talking off the air about a dude that got banned from all the casinos in Vegas because he had shown up with millions and was saying, I want to gamble millions, but I have some rules about what I want on the table when I'm playing. One of them being his own cards. Well, he had fixed the cards. So he could read the back of the cards based on how they were cut because of the design. He looked at the borders, and how thick the border was on certain sides would tell him if it was number, face, or an ace. So he could pick. He didn't know exactly, but he knew based on the game what he was going to do. And the other one is you walk in there and you do something like, if you really want to be the high roller, with things like Baccarat, you can have no table limits at all. They'll let you go hog wild. So there are mechanisms if you want to bet the big money to do it. I'm curious about the draw of the illegal poker game, but maybe it is. Maybe that's why I get the Chauncy Billups and people like that involved. Is it that's part of the bait in order to get you to go not to the casino, but to this place? Yeah.
Well, we'd love to hear from you. What do you think of all this? Give us a call. Chauncy Billups, a fixture in the community. Someone texting in saying there's a lot of students in our community who have scholarships from the Chauncy Billups Foundation, particularly at Regis. Wonder what will happen to all that. Yep.
Well, I hear that DraftKings is going to give you 2-for-1 on that, so you can just wager it this weekend.
Use the code Chauncy Billups Scandal.
Chauncy Billups Scandal, yes. Your first 2 bets are free, yes.
You think he survives this? Do you think he's guilty? What do you think of sports gambling and its impact on our communities? Give us a call, 303-696-1971. Text us on the Dan Caplis Law text line at 720-819-5115. Let's talk Dan Caplis with Dan Caplis Law. If you've been injured in a motor vehicle crash, you got to give Dan Caplis a call. Dan is the son of a police officer and a former seminarian who's dedicated the last 40 years of his life to helping people who've been hurt in serious motor vehicle crashes. Dan is believed to be the only lawyer in Colorado history to win 5 straight multi-million-dollar verdicts in Colorado crash cases. Dan is also believed to have won the largest truck crash verdict in Colorado history. Dan Caplis Law is the official law firm partner of the Denver Nuggets and the Colorado Avalanche. Dan Caplis Law is a serious firm for serious cases. Dan accepts righteous injury cases on a percentage fee basis so that he can represent good people from all walks of life without regard to ability to pay. So if you need Dan's help, give him a call. Here's the phone number, 303-770-5551, 303-770-5551, or hit dancaplisLaw.com. That's Dan, C-A-P-L-I-S Law.com. We'll continue with your phone calls and texts. You're listening to The Jeff and Bill Show.
Denver's talk leader, News Talk 710, KNUS.
Welcome back to the Jeff and Bill Show. The New York Post has gone through the indictment and looked at the mob guys tied with it. Because we don't know the sports guys, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man, these guys are funny. From the son of a legendary Mafia capo named Quack Quack to a wise guy poker pro, these are the reputed mobsters charged in the NBA gambling scandal. The son of legendary Mafia capo, a newbie made man, and a mobster who did time for an infamous Queens racial attack were among the 13 reputed mobsters busted alongside NBA stars in the sweeping historic gambling bust. Among the most prominent of the gangsters who were dealt into the high-stakes scam is Angelo Ruggiero Jr., the son of late Gambino captain Angelo Quack Quack Ruggiero Sr. Ruggiero Jr.'s father was a close friend of notorious Gambino boss John Gotti, who helped plan the murder of Gambino leader Paul Castellano in 1985. They have a picture of Quack Quack, and it is as Italian mob boss as you could possibly get.
Even down to his glasses.
Yeah, right.
Everything about it. Oh, yeah, Italian mob boss. I love some of these guys. Some of the other names. There was like Eric Spooky Ernest. I think my favorite of the whole group, outside of, Albanian Bruce, is Matthew the Wrestler Dadeno. Like, the wrestling. There's also Tommy Juice.
Tommy Juice.
Tommy Juice. Wow. I mean, this is nuts. Oh, jeez.
I'm trying to look for pictures of Albanian Bruce. His real name is Osman Hadi, Hoti. Osman Hadi, the Albanian Bruce.
And one of these people being arrested sounds like they should be like an extra on Jersey Shore. It's Sophia Pookie Way. Pookie.
They got girls involved.
Yeah,
huh?
I know. I'm like, that's totally a Jersey Shore extra. That's someone who's going to show up with whatever the hell their names are and, get all drunk on the beach. Yeah, absolutely.
Black Tony Goodson. Anyone want to guess why he got that name?
Tony? Yeah, I think we know. And what's so weird is you're going through here, and it's like 3/4 of the list have these, it's like Lou Apicella, Then you've got NMR, Flapper Poker, Anawada. So you got that, and then it's like Saul Betcher, professional poker player. Chauncy Billups. I mean, just regular names. And then everybody else goes back to the wrestler, Spooky, and everything else. Then you have Lee Fama, professional poker player. Yeah. So it's really funny to see these regular guys' names.
What a story. This is going to be right up there. When I was explaining it to my family yesterday, they're like, this reminds me of the opening of Ocean's 11 when Brad Pitt is running poker games. And kind of scamming people. But then again, the victim, at least on the poker side of it, is shady people who knew they were playing shady poker games.
Yes. That's what's happening here, oddly.
Shocking.
Yeah, right. You're saying you went to a mob-run illegal gambling establishment and you were fleeced? Oh, no. Wow. That's
so
great.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. If you want to, Jeff and I want to talk about this ice thing we got coming out of Alaska. We're going to do some stuff. And see
Sell you some ice.
Exactly.
Let's go to Aaron in Denver. Good morning, Aaron. You're on with Jeff and Bill.
Morning.
Yeah, Jeff and Bill, when I heard about the case, I was surprised that the Mafia still exists in the United States of America. I mean, and when I heard about it, I did some Googling. I said, well, dog, they still exist in the United States of America? Sure, I thought the Mafia went out with the ways of the dinosaur, but they're still hanging in there. They've gone underground, kind of like Hamas gone underground in Israel. But man, I was just surprised that they still exist. But the tentacles of the Mafia are just not just here, but the tentacles of the Mafia are all through Europe, even to this day, guys.
Oh, yeah. As long as there's a financial motive, they'll be there.
I was going to say, shady people. I mean, Tommy Juice is a mobster who had been charged in 2013 for beating his porn star girlfriend.
And how do we think he got the name Tommy Juice? There's, and Black Tony. I mean, ooh, yeah.
These guys, there's always going to be shady biz, people looking for an angle and to make some easy money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm with Brother Jeff, Chauncy Billups. I got his back, you know. I mean, he is innocent to proven guilty, same with the rest of these guys. They are innocent to proven guilty. I mean, this is really nothing new. You had the Chicago White Sox. Some of those players sold their soul to throw the World Series way back, you know, way before I was born, way back before you guys were born.
Yeah.
So, and of course, we had the Pete Rose scandal there. Pete Rose thought he was bigger than baseball, but he wasn't bigger than baseball. I mean, baseball have rules, and Pete Rose didn't want to follow those rules of baseball. Of course, he got banned from baseball for life.
Now, Aaron, I got a question for you here. Now, you think, Chauncy Billups, of course, innocent until proven guilty.
Oh, yeah.
Tell you what, you want to bet on whether or not he's going to be found guilty? I'm sorry, I couldn't resist that. I'm being facetious. I'm being totally facetious. I couldn't resist the reference, my friend. I couldn't resist the reference.
No, like I said, Brother Jeff is right, and we got his back. I mean, the guy is a good, decent man. He's a good, decent guy. And, same thing about reading about the whole case, and sounds like a lot of insider trading, like buying a stock on Wall Street. You got members of Congress getting insider trading, but
I think that's just as illegal, man.
Out here, we can't get the insider trading that members of Congress can get in Washington D.C. But yet they can get away with it. But if you and I had some insider information on Wall Street, we'd be clean. We'd be locked up somewhere in a jail cell in America, guys.
Aaron, you were giving voice to a couple of people that have texted us this morning, and it's all kind of the same theme. The idea that some of what they're talking about is much the same mechanisms that Congress operates under, but they're allowed to do it legally. And what they mean by that is these people that are allowed to invest in certain areas of our economy also are the ones making the rules. And we can go back to the pandemic right before COVID. If you go back and do the research and look at the number of members of Congress, both Democrat and Republican, Nancy Pelosi was huge on this one, but the number of members of Congress that shed all of their hospitality stocks at the beginning of the pandemic, and strangely enough, right before the lockdowns, they all got out of hospitality stock and put all of their cash in, wait for it, medical stocks. Oh, who would have known? Oh, yeah, Congress would have known what we were doing. Congress would have known that Operation Warp Speed is coming. Congress would have been in on those discussions early on. So they knew where U.S. investment was going before the scene, and they were able to time the market in ways you and I are never allowed to. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean I agree. I mean, like I said, there's so much corruption going on. We have corruption going on in Washington D.C. And when it comes to gambling, I gamble a little bit. I'm not a big gambler because I just don't like losing my hard-earned money. Yeah. And there's a reason why they call Las Vegas the land of lost wages.
Yeah.
So, you go to Las Vegas, you're going to lose your wages. So when you gambling, and same here in Colorado. I mean, you can go to your grocery store, your King Supers, and there's a machine there that will take your money so you can buy scratch games. So we have legalized gambling everywhere, scratch tickets. We got the Powerball, Mega Ball, we got the all kind of ways of gambling. There's, whether the government is coming after your money or the Mafia is coming after your money, somebody is always planning, scheming, plotting to get your money out of your pocket.
Amen. Preach.
Yes.
Aaron, that is exactly right. Now imagine if we just put up, I don't know, maybe the 10 Commandments in classrooms that said thou shalt not steal. I don't know. Maybe we can turn things around. Aaron, great call.
Thank you.
Sure appreciate it. Aaron from Denver, and Jason saying if Trump were a mobster, his nickname would be the Orange Juice.
Yeah, that's really good. That is really, really good.
Jason's killing it
very,
this
very
morning.
good.
All right, we'll get to Dwayne next. Let's talk real quick. Black Eyed Pea of Colorado, locally owned and run by Steve and Michelle. I love this restaurant. With 8 locations, there's sure to be one near you. This weekend, make it a point to take your family out to eat at the Black Eyed Pea restaurant. Stuffed spuds are featured this month on their fall menu. Who doesn't love a good baked potato? Check out their sweet pork spud. It's a sweet potato topped with pulled pork, drizzled with barbecue sauce, cheddar and Monterey Jack cheese, green onions. They have a chopped steak spud, a south of the border spud, a cheeseburger spud, a pot roast stuffed spud, and more. See their menu at blackeyedpeacolorado.com. Look, your dinner party, rehearsal dinner, wedding reception, or company event will be a success. Just use Black Eyed Pea Catering. And Black Eyed Pea gift cards are always perfect for your spouse, birthday favors, holiday presents, or thank you to someone special. Give them a gift card. I love this restaurant. I know you will too. Keep it in Colorado. Make it Maha. Visit Black Eyed Pea near you. All right, we'll continue phone calls and text. You're listening to The Jeff and Bill Show.
This is Denver's Talk Leader, News Talk 710, KNUS.
Welcome back to the Jeff and Bill Show, talking the Chauncy Billups scandal as the FBI indicts him on gambling and sports-related gambling issues, legal poker games. It's wild. Let's go to the phone lines. Dwayne Divide. Good morning, Dwayne. You're on with Jeff and Bill.
Morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. As far as the gentleman before with all the access to get rich quick and gambling, it's gaming. They don't call it gambling. They call it gaming in Colorado. When you go to the block in Cripple Creek, you're gaming, having a good time. My kind of gambling is the gas station hot dog at 3 o'clock in the morning, or on a blind date when I see the girl has a larger Adam's apple than I do. That's as far as that goes.
That gas station sushi, that's always a gamble, my friend. Yes.
I have never done that. I do have some semblance of wanting to stay alive. The overall situation is that if the FBI has indicted you, they got something. They have to have some sort of item they can sit there and go, Your Honor, we have this, this, and this. And if you're in a back room somewhere playing cards and you think it's on the up and up, please stop being a Democrat. Use your mind.
That's good.
That's great. Yeah.
Well,
So what do you think, Dwayne, is more scandalous here, the poker gaming or the sports betting?
Well, Chauncy didn't bet against his team like Pete Rose, that lower pond scum, slime ball in a sea of pus, destroyed baseball man. Not that I have an opinion, but it's out there. It's out there all the time. It's just been shown a light for the first time in many, many years. Will it change? No, in 6 months, they'll have somebody running again and all the rest. What's better? What's worse? He didn't bet on his team. That's the only reason it sits and go up. As I said, if you're in a back room playing poker and think it's on the up and up, see.
Dwayne, appreciate the call.
Nice,
we
Dwayne.
lost you there.
Yeah, I lost you till before
he
call,
calls
but
us from Divide, which is up in the
and probably going to get like 6 feet of snow this weekend.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah. If y'all are aware of that, we're supposed to get our first snowstorm coming in, so rolling in over the weekend. So we'll see what happens.
Well, Dwayne, appreciate it. Now, coming up next hour, Denver wants to host the next Democrat National Convention. We're going to talk about this. The DNC has been held in the Mile High City only twice, 2008 and 1908. But when was the last time the RNC was even held out west? Anywhere out west? You know?
Yeah.
Do you know the last time it was?
I have no clue. I don't remember the RNC being here. Yeah.
Well, it's never been in Colorado, but it was held in San Diego in 1996.
Wow.
When Bob Dole and Jack Kemp were the nominees. Since then, it's been Pennsylvania, New York, Minnesota, Florida, Ohio, North Carolina, Wisconsin. It will be held in Texas in 2028. But Republicans kind of looking at the West going, I guess we'll just ignore you. Meanwhile, Democrats going, hello, Colorado. We might be coming back. We'll talk about this as the Colorado Democrats seek to win the DNC convention. Coming back here, you're listening to The Jeff and Bill Show.
This is Denver's talk leader. We're News Talk 710 KNUS. We're going to be stalking AOC when she comes here.